Parents, if you grew up in the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, life was simple. There's basically two rules to success as a kid. They're right here. Number one, don't be a bully. Don't call kids names. Don't be mean. Number two, very important, don't do drugs, right? There's the DARE campaign, war on drugs, all that stuff. Life was simple. Don't be mean, don't do drugs. My question is, this bottom part here, how are we doing at that? How are we doing at that today? I would argue that it's not so great because we are very, very quick to call kids names. We have a long list of different labels or diagnoses and different names we like to give our kids. And there is a role to that, right? There is maybe a purpose that it serves, but it also limits them. And it kind of caps what we oftentimes think of as their potential, and it ends up being a negative even more than it is a positive. So we love to label kids, we love to call them names, but even worse, we've got a long list of drugs that go hand in hand with those names, with those labels. And a lot of times, that's kind of the point of the label, is just so you can match them up with the right drug or medication, as we like to call them. Just so you can match up the right label or diagnosis with a medication to get rid of these symptoms or problems. And that is so missing the mark, because these labels or these diagnoses so frequently don't really describe why a kid is struggling. It doesn't really tell you anything about the cause, and then most importantly, how to undo that, how to get that kid on the path to health and healing and making sure that they are reaching their full potential. So I think we'd all do good to go back to simpler times and when life was as simple as don't call kids names and don't do drugs, because we could really do better applying that information today.